All right, let's take you back to Durban, where the 14th edition of the Durban FilmMart kicks off today in that city. This year's theme is African Constellations, a celebration of rich diversity of the African film industry. The gathering showcases African talents to the world and also recognizing the shift and growth in the industry. Let's catch up with Nqobile Madlala. He is our reporter following this particular story. Nqobile, good morning to you once again. The enthusiasm around this particular festival, talk to us. What is the take-up?
Well, Toli, yes, indeed. A lot of people are excited to be here, but also very interesting to hear that there's so many projects that are currently on the pipeline, and that can be possible for many of these creative young people, as well as people that are in the creative industry who have been there with talent and experience to mentor and assist each other, but also they can get money now and have access to their content. But what's even more important is that sometimes they come up with content, come up with creative ideas. Unfortunately, then they do not understand how to ensure that nobody steals that from them. But I want to bring in eThekwini first to speak to us about the importance of the MOU that we saw being signed today with CIPC as well as FPB. Tell us, why is it important to sign this MOU and how does it help a filmmaker?
Well, as my role in the city is to be international and government relations. And as a responsible government, we need to bring government closer to the people, particularly in this case, young creatives or people in the creative industry. And for me, the fundamental objective of this MOU, one is to bring them closer. This is for young people to, in their rush and enthusiasm, to forget to do certain things. And the two organizations that we've signed an MOU with today will protect the intellectual property, and it will ensure the quality and integrity of the productions that they are making serves the needs of the community and can be received on a global stage.
All right, I'm going to try and keep this short because it's very important that you tell us this. So how are you going to support these filmmakers?
Well, we're going to give them direct access. We've got in place micro grants. We've also run capacity building workshops with them. And in terms of this MOU, part of the outcomes of the MOU is to work with the two partners that have signed the MOU to bring young people closer and the creative industries, particularly film and TV production content, closer to the producers.
All right, let's bring in FPB also to speak to us about this. So he's saying to us as eThekwini, they want to ensure that the intellectual property of these filmmakers is protected. But the question is, where do you then come in as the Film and Publication Board? What do you assist them with?
Remember, as the Film and Publication Board, we are a state-owned entity with responsibilities to regulate the production, the dissemination, as well as the distribution of films, movies, certain games. Now, for us, where we come from is to ensure that the issue of rating, in accordance with that mandate, what you do is what you call classification or rating of movies. Now, we want to ensure that the issue of rating or classifying a movie is not at the end, but as part of the production process, so that the filmmakers are aware of the importance of rating, so that the content is consumed in an age-appropriate manner.
Have you seen issues where maybe people create the content and eventually end up having to maybe scrap it because it wasn't done properly?
A lot of times. You find that at FPB, remember, you may find that a movie is a good movie, which you could classify as PG-13 or maybe PG-14, and then one scene transform the movie into X-rated, which means the audience consumption becomes smaller. So we have to say, okay, either you edit this scene or we remain with the rating that we have done. So that most of the time, that's the challenge that we have. That's why for us it's very important that that understanding of the importance of age rating starts from the beginning when the movie is produced.
Thank you very much for speaking to us. Well, Koli, there you have it. From the start of the idea right to the end of it, they want to ensure that the steps are correctly basically taken.
Madlala, thank you very much. And that brings us to the end